Hello my colleagues, in today's video we are going to be taking a look at my stock portfolio to see how much I have made so far in the first quarter of 2024 investing into the Nigerian stock market. My goal is to grow my investment portfolio from 0 to 5 million naira and more in 3 years time. So far this year, I've been able to invest 6 figures into the Nigerian stock market. So in this video, I'll be revealing my portfolio. So you literally see stocks I own, you see how much I've made and how much I've lost. I will share with you a stock in my portfolio I'm considering selling. I will also share with you my research process in finding good and undervalued stocks to buy right here in Nigeria. Do well to smash the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, it's totally free of charge, and you can also join my business and investing community. Link could be in the description and comment section. And let's jump right into today's video. Let's go. For those who may not know what the Nigerian Stock Exchange or stock market is about, the Nigerian Stock Exchange serves as the primary platform for trading securities in Nigeria. Established in 1960, shortly after Nigeria gained its independence, the NSE has grown to become one of the largest and most active stock exchanges right here in Africa. In the early years, the Nigerian stock market operated as an informal market with limited activities, but significant reforms and modernization efforts have been undertaken over the years to enhance the transparency, governance, and investors' confidence. One of the modernization efforts that was implemented in the Nigerian Stock Exchange is the creation of the Nigerian Stock Exchange All Share Index (ASI), which helps investors track the performance of all the listed companies on the NGX. In Q1 of 2024, January to be precise, the Nigerian stock market overtook that of Argentina to become the world's best performing stock market, with the All Share Index rising by 2.38% and surpassing the 90,000 mark. During this time, my portfolio was up by more than 45%. Over the next couple of weeks, I put in more money into the stock market, and as the market corrected and some stocks started to go down, I had the opportunity to buy more stocks of companies in my portfolio that I believe in. Well, at this moment, my portfolio is up by 10%, but it's actually down since January. Now, doing a review of stocks that are in my portfolio. So you click on this place that says NGM portfolio. You see that so far, my return after investing in the Nigerian stock market is 12.50%, and that's the equivalent to 13,497 naira. And if you scroll down, you can see that my portfolio, if you this place that says your portfolio, you see that my investment, like I said, so far is equal to 121,000, and I have 3 assets, which is this place that says diversity. You see that it says 3 assets, so I have like 3 assets. And right now I don't really have much extra funds on my Trove, so that's why you see my buying power is 425 naira. So I can use this to buy maybe 1 share or 2 shares of Dangote Cement. That's if Dangote Cement is selling at this price, I can be able to buy 1 share. Now if you scroll up, you see that I have 3 shares or 3 stocks of companies. The first one is GTCO, the second one is MTN, and the third one is Dangote Cement. So let's click on this one that says GTCO. So far I've made 5.18% return on this investment today, because if you scroll up, you see it says today's return 5.18%, and then I've made 2,468 naira, and then my total returns is 176 naira. Now the difference between these two is that my today's return is the money I made today. My total returns is how much I've made so far. Now this today's return includes, because my GTCO stock was actually down to around 39,000 or thereabout. Yeah, my GTCO shares it was down to like 45,000 naira, right? And then today I've been able to recoup the 2,000 naira I lost. That's why you're seeing that it says my today's return is 2,000 naira, let's say 2,500 naira. And then from this 2,500 naira, my total return is just 176 naira, which is like 0.37%. So on the Trove application, you want to always be looking at the total return and not necessarily your today's return. I don't know if that makes sense, because there's much difference. Today's return you could still be in a loss. You can be seeing 5,000 naira in today's return profit, right? But your total returns could still be at a loss. I don't know if that makes sense. So always look at the total returns and not your today's return. And you can see I have around 1,145 shares of GTCO, which is this place that says holdings, and then the current value is at 47,000 naira. And then if you scroll up, you can see today's open was 39 naira per share, and then it went as high as 43 naira per share and went low. The low for today is 39 naira per share. And then you can see the previous close, the 52 weeks high. So in 52 weeks time high, it has gone up to as high as 48 naira, right? And then 52 weeks low, it has gone down to as low as 22 naira. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's for GTCO. So I've not made much money from holding this particular company, right? Then if we go back, we click on MTN, we see that for MTN Nigeria, is currently selling for 200 naira per share, and then my shares is actually down by 9.96%, and I've lost like if you go to today's return, you see I've lost like 8,000 naira today, and then in total I've lost like 9,000 naira, and my money is down by 24.39%. Now, the investment, currently I have about 152 MTN shares, and then the current value of these shares is 30,000 naira. And then the average share price, how much I bought it, when I bought it was around, the average price I bought it was at around 265 naira. Now it's down to 200. Now it's down to 200 naira, right? And then when I bought it back then, it was around, it cost me around 40,345 naira, and now these shares are now worth only, this current value is now worth only 30,506 naira. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's the difference between the two. And like I said, you don't want to be looking at today's return, you want to be looking at your total returns. Your today's return is not going to give you an idea of everything you have in your portfolio. Your total returns will tell you how much you are making and how much you are losing from the stock you own in your portfolio. So far from MTN shares, I've lost 9,000 naira, and to be honest, I'm going to be buying more of these shares because I believe that on the long run MTN would do well, and it is down right now because they just recently dropped their earnings and they made profit. The revenue was up, everything was up, but in terms of their FX, MTN lost money. So that's why many people are shorting the company. But when people are fearful, that's when you want to be greedy, and when people are greedy, you want to be fearful. So I'll be buying more of MTN shares. Now, let's go back and look at Dangote Cement. Dangote Cement has made me the most money this year. So Dangote Cement is currently trading at 686 naira 0.70 kobo per share. Today's return, I've not really made any money from Dangote Cement today, but my total returns, how much I've made so far from Dangote, is 23,000 naira, and then this is equal to 114.59%, which is wonderful, right? And then I currently have around 63 Dangote Cement. Like my holdings is 63. I have 63 shares of Dangote Cement, and the current value is 43,000 naira. And then the average cost when I bought it, it cost me 320 naira per share. And when I bought it, this 320 naira per share cost around 20,000 naira. So I invested only small money in Dangote Cement, and then this 20,000 naira, the current value is 43,000 naira. So I've doubled my money. If I had put in more money, I would have made more money, right? So that's how it works. So today, if you look at the key stats, you see that today Dangote Cement opened at 686 naira per share and went to as high as 686, and like it has been stable. It has not really done anything. It has just been stable. So that's the analysis for Dangote. So let's go back now. Talking about the shares, I'm looking at shorting. Which company do I want to sell? Right now, the company I want to sell is GT. It's only GT out of these 3 shares. It's only GT I'm thinking of shorting. I've been seeing a whole lot of complaints from their customers about the bank. I'm not even a customer of GT Bank, but there are some reasons that made me invest in the company. But due to some reasons, I'm looking at shorting the company. But that's just the company I'm looking at selling among these 3 shares. Now, this is not all the stocks I own. I still have, and there's another new company I added to my portfolio, and I used the Afri Invest stockbroker to buy that particular shares. By the way, the link to sign up on Trove and Afri Invest, all of them will be in the description. I would really appreciate if you use my link. So let's go to Afri Invest. So I have, you can see my portfolio. My portfolio on Afro Invest is worth 295k. And then if you go to my portfolio, click on this place that says portfolio, you see that everything in total is worth 316,000. And then if you click on this place, for you to really see the companies that you have in your portfolio, like the equities or the shares that you own, you click on this place that says equity, and then you can see that I own this company called VFD Group. So VFD Group is an investment firm, right? They invest in companies, and their share, when I bought this company, I looked at their financial statement. I like what the company is doing. Their financials are not really good, and the price fell. And I feel that people are short-sighted. They're not seeing the long-term vision of the company. So I just bought into the company. I invested good amount of money into the company, and you can see today's return is 4.670%. My total gain is 6,000 naira. Not really much, but I know that this is a company shares I'm willing to hold for a very long time, and if it falls today, I'll still be buying more shares of the company. Now, what are some of the strategies in finding good stocks to invest in the Nigerian stock market? Well, the first strategy you want to take, or the first step you want to take, is to first look within yourself, within your environment. You might be asking, what does MICA mean? Well, some of the best investments you can make are investments in things that you consume or make use of a lot. For example, I invested in MTN Nigeria. One of the many reasons that helped drive my decision to put money and still put more money into MTN shares is because I am a customer of theirs, so I have first-hand knowledge about the business. I know when their service is becoming poor, and I know when they are innovating or have stopped innovating just by using their service. So I don't have to waste so much time in trying to understand the telecommunication industry, because I am already a customer and I know which brand is the best and deserves my money. Apart from this, investing in MTN Nigeria allows me to make back all the money MTN has made off me, by patronizing them. Apart from this, again, my major point is that if you are a consumer of a particular product, or if you work for a particular company that is publicly traded, then you want to invest in it because you have first-hand knowledge of the business over the average man out there who is blindly investing in companies. The second strategy I take in finding company shares to buy in Nigeria is to look for industries that will play a critical role in the development of the Nigerian economy on the long run. Now, you might be asking, how do I find these industries? Well, I simply go to Google and type what industries or sectors will help in the development of a nation. Then I basically go through the first and second page of Google to see what people are saying about, sectors that help to drive the development of a nation, and I take note of that because Nigeria is still a third world country and is still developing. Now, apart from using Google to find these sectors, remember that the world is evolving with the coming of artificial intelligence. So I also make use of AI to do my research on these industries and get a well-tailored answer. Once I have found these industries, I start looking for publicly listed companies in these sectors that are active on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Then I take a look at the financial statement of the big boys in these sectors. I look at their current and past yearly revenue and see the growth rate. I look at the profit and loss, and I go through their balance sheet to see the assets they have compared to their liability. I take a look at the earnings per share. I also like to look at the market cap of the company. I also always compare the current stock price to the earnings of the company. Another thing I always do is to take a look at the historical share price of the company to know its all-time high and all-time low, and then the time difference. This helps me to know the right price to buy. Now, while I research the big boys in every sector, I don't actually write off the small boys because these are the ones that could end up making you the most money. So I always do my research into them as well because they offer me the opportunity to invest in undervalued and overlooked assets. Overall, it is worth knowing that the Nigerian stock market is very, very undervalued. That's why I use these two main strategies to find undervalued stocks. In a more advanced stock market like the US stock market, I would apply a slightly different approach. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and join my community. All these are free of charge, and you enjoy my other video where I share my top 7 stockbrokers to use in Nigeria. See you on the next one. Deal.